So the MVP table right now is two people and two people only. Victor Wembanyama gave his MVP address the other night. I'm saying this now. Victor Wembanyama is the MVP. It's not Shea anymore. It's Victor Wembanyama. He does everything on defense. He does offense. He makes people who have played the game at the highest level ever change how they play the game every single night. The Spurs came out of nowhere and have really done a great job as a team this year. I think Victor is the MVP. Chris, prove me right, prove me wrong.
Yeah, no, listen. He is doing something that we haven't seen been done because it's a type of player that we haven't seen with his God-given build, right? And his natural abilities with the work ethic that he has, right? He is phenomenal. But even he said it himself, right? We know what he is on defense. Defensive player of the year, absolutely. But he said it himself. Offense isn't just about scoring points. And he says that because other players score a heck of a lot more points than he does. But if you look at offense created, he creates 32 points per game, where guys like Cunningham, 49.9, Shea, 49.1, Luka, 54, the Joker, 55 points per game, all right? Those guys create offense and a whole lot more offense. And Victor's 7-4, and he doesn't lead the league in rebounding. You know who does? Joker. And you know who's been on an absolute MVP tear, averaging almost 40 points a game lately? That's Luka and the Lakers.
So Chris wants more people at the table, Rod. I still say it's just two. With Luka, I think he's third. That's fine. No problem. Cade, can't do it. Sorry, Cade. We'll talk about that in a minute. Rod, I think Victor's the MVP. What say you?
You know that I'm not a big Shea guy. I am still going to stay consistent with that. I'm not going to deny Shea's talent, but I do happen to think that if the NBA decided to call certain collisions in the paint a tad bit differently, how many fewer points a game would Shea Alexander average? That is just something that I'm sorry is an unalienable fact. We're going to set that to the side. I am a disciple of the great Zach Lowe. And Zach Lowe was talking with Bill Simmons recently about Victor's defensive effect here. Chris, you're going to like this. And he talked about how we all give guys like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and Kawhi Leonard and Derek White and a few other these guys so much credit for being great defensive stoppers, right? But you know what they do? They're only a defensive stopper like a fifth of the time, right? Because if you take that guy and you push him off and his man's over in the corner, he can't do anything. Victor Wembanyama is basically a deterrent on defense all the time. He stands in the paint and you think about him being there. He stands in the paint and you think about being able to make a skip pass over the top. He starts to close out on you and you think I might not be able to get this jump shot up. And these guys have been getting jump shots up over 7-footers and even guys a little taller than 7-footers their whole entire career. But Victor Wembanyama makes them think twice. So his effect on the defensive end of the court ultimately makes me nudge him above Shea, but I will admit my Shea bias here.
I that's weird. I thought we were going to have a lot more interaction on that one. Apparently I'm right. I like that a lot. I think Shea's going to win, but I think he's going to win, but I think Victor really should be. I mean, we're just kind of giving it to him now, which I don't know.
Here's the problem
Go
with
ahead.
Victor and the Joker, right? They can't miss games. All right. Luka's dangerous. Well, no, Luka, well, he's kind of close. And at least Shea has 5 to play with, right? So it's really tough. And now Cade is probably not going to reach the 65 game threshold either. So it may come down to, well, there's only 2 people eligible to even win it, right? That's another reason I'm iffy to give it to Victor now. I would love to see Victor get more blocks and steals. He should be. He's only getting 4 per game. I know that's a lot, and that's phenomenal. I love that stat. That's why I want to give him Defensive Player of the Year, hands down. That's not that much more than Luka. Luka gets 2.2 stocks per game. I would think there would be a bigger gap for that.